here with Brad Tavares, the Ultimate Fighter Season 11 fighter. Brad, how you doing tonight?
Good, doing real good.
First things first, man, I got to ask you, what was going through your head when that leg kick was delivered to you when you were on the ground?
You know what? I to be honest, I didn't even know that I got kicked. You know, I didn't see it until just recently when they sent me the copy of the episode. And watching it, you know, it's clear that I went out for a split second. I got right back up. As I got up, Seth asked me, he told me actually, he said, "I'm sorry." And I looked at him and told him, "For what?" And I was a little confused because, you know, I didn't know I got kicked at all. I thought I was getting up from that knee I slipped on, but as I was walking back to my corner, you know, I kind of did like the drunken wobble back to the corner. So I didn't, at the time, I had no clue that I had gotten kicked.
Now, how has that experience been for you, coaching-wise, with Team Liddell?
It was a great experience, you know. Team Chuck Liddell put together a great coaching staff. You know, we had two very good jiu-jitsu coaches in Jake Shields and also in Scott Epstein, and they brought two different things to the table. Jake Shields is more powerful, you know, real stick to the basics type of jiu-jitsu player, whereas Scott Einstein Epstein, you know, he's a 10th planet guy. Flexibility, you know, a lot of different stuff, not your traditional jiu-jitsu background. And then we had Chuck there, you know, UFC Hall of Famer. You know, anytime we had questions about anything, you know, he's a guy to go to. He's been in the sport, you know, he helped pioneer the sport. So I think as far as coaching, we had a way better team.
Now, looking at the way Chuck Liddell coached you guys, and now looking at the way Tito Ortiz coached his guys, what's your opinion on how the way Tito Ortiz coached everybody on his team?
You know, I think that I don't think Tito was a bad coach. You know, they kind of showed it on the show as if he kind of pushed his guys a little too hard. On our team, you know, we kind of just went with how we felt. And the big difference in the teams wasn't really the coaching. It was just that our team chemistry was so good. As far as Tito's team, you know, his guys really didn't get along. They had their own little cliques amongst the team, and anytime that happens, you know, it's not good. It doesn't make for good training. They got into it with each other. They didn't have good training sessions, and you know, everybody argued with each other. As far as our team goes, Team Liddell, everybody on our team got along. You know, everybody liked everybody else on the team, and we had great training sessions. Everybody checked their egos right at the door, you know. So it made for a great team and a good training experience.
Do you think now that because everybody didn't get along on Tito Ortiz's team, do you think that has something to say on him as a coach?
You know, it could be, you know, he should have put his team in check a little more, but, you know, you can't really blame it on him. He's a grown man. I mean, the fighters, these are grown men, you know, they're not schoolboys, and they're going to make their decisions for themselves, you know, and the team themselves, they should have just sucked up their pride and just, you know, got along for the benefit of each other. Because if I don't like you, you don't like me, and we're the only two left, we're not going to get a good training session in, you know, and then that just sucks for us. I got into MMA, you know, back in Hawaii. I kind of grew up, you know, getting into fights on the streets. The sushi joint deal is how I met the tap out, how I started training at tap out. I was actually up here for the Rashad and Machida fight last year, and a guy who is Kikoa Kipola, you know, co-owner of the tap out gym, he approached me and he asked me, "Oh, do you fight?" And we just started talking a little bit while we were eating, and he told me, he was like, "Hey, I own this gym out there, you know, I like taking care of the locals, you know, the Hawaii people, they take care of their own," and he gave me his card. He said, "You know what, if you're ever up here and you need a train, let me know." Shortly after that, I ended up moving here, and he's the first person I called. When I first got here, I had no car. You know, I didn't have a lot of money. I couldn't even afford to pay the gym dues, so they waived the gym dues. They picked me up, found, like, you know, introduced me to people that could give me rides until I could get, you know, kind of going on my feet. And so, you know, I really appreciated that.
So I got to sneak this question in, man. What have you been doing since the season has been over?
After the season ended, I went back home to Hawaii, you know, to visit my family and my girlfriend, all my friends that I hadn't seen or talked to in 6 weeks. And I spent about a month back home. And then after that month, I came back to Vegas, and it's just right back to business, you know. Got to get ready for, you know, just be prepared for that next upcoming fight. So I've been training, you know, getting ready and just trying to stay in shape. So when that call comes, you know, I'll be ready to answer it.
So you said you've been training since you got back in Hawaii. I got to ask you, when's your next fight?
As far as next fight, you know, I'm not too sure about that. Everybody just got to wait and see how everything goes. But in the fight game, you know, especially where I am right now, I'm just getting my foot into the door. You always got to be prepared, because when Joe Silva or Dana calls and asks you, oh, if you want to take this fight, you know, it's hard to turn down the opportunity. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. You can't really turn it down, and it benefits me more to be in shape and ready and prepared. You know, even if it's short time, at least I was, you know, kind of staying active. So that's the main thing. You just want to get ready. Even though there's no real set date, you just want to be ready.
Do you think you'll be ready for a fight in like 2 months' time, 3 months' time?
I think I'll be ready for a fight. I think I'll be ready for a fight now. So, you know, I'm ready to go. I train hard, you know. I'm real disciplined when it comes to training in my training camps. And I'm ready to go.
Well, Brad, we thank you very much for taking this interview, taking your time out to come over here and talk with us.
Not a problem. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.